Sat Siri, Siri Akal, Siri Akal, Maha Akal, Maha Akal, Satanam Akal Murid Waheguru. Well, Sat Siri is a Kundalini yoga mantra that I learned many years ago when I was doing my first yoga album called The Lover and the Beloved. And I was kind of playing around with the mantra for that album, but it didn't quite, I already had enough mantras and songs. It didn't quite fit at that time, so it's always been part of my practice all these years. Sometimes I would pull it out and chant it, doing live shows. And finally ended up being on Here in Heaven on my album that came out a couple of years ago. I had had an old friend of mine, a beautiful artist, Belinda Carlisle, come into the studio and sing some vocals on the track on Sat Siri. We had kind of reunited as friends after many years. Belinda had been listening to my mantra music and loved it. She'd gone down the path of studying yoga and practicing Kundalini yoga and chanting mantra. And right away, we'd really just had this intention to come together and make music to benefit other people. The organization that I chose to give the proceeds to for the sales of this song is called Yoga Gives Back. It's a beautiful charity helping alleviate poverty in India, especially with women and children. And they give loans to girls, schoolgirls, so they can get an education. They do so many wonderful things where their only option in many cases is to be married very young or to be exposed to human trafficking. So I just thought this is a beautiful, beautiful way to share the spirit of giving and being with Belinda and making music together after all these years. Satana Akal Murid Waheguru. Sat Siri through the darkness, Maha Akal, through the darkness, Satana Akal Murid Waheguru.
সানোয়ারা খাতুন, বয়স 16 বছর। আমরা মুসলিম বলে মানে আমাদের ফ্যামিলি বেশি, মানে আমাদের মতো ফ্যামিলি মানে 14-15 বছর মেয়েদের বিয়ে হয়ে যায়।
আমাদের সম্পাদনা আমি কিশোর হয়তো আমার পড়াশোনা ঠিকঠাক মতো চালিয়ে যেতে চাই পারতাম না। আমার স্বপ্ন আমি একজন ভালো নার্স হতে চাই এবং এই সমাজকে এবং বাবা মাকে দাদার মতো ফ্যামিলিকেও সাহায্য করতে চাই।
নমস্কার, আমার বয়স 16। আপনারা যে আমাদের এত সাহায্য করছেন, আমি এর জন্য পড়াশোনা করতে পারছি, না হলে আমাদের বিয়ে হয়ে যেত, আমরা হয়তো বাড়িতেই রেখে দিত, আমাদের চাষবাসের কাজকর্ম করতে হতো, রান্নাবান্না করতে।
আমার যেরকম অল্প বয়সে বিয়ে হয়েছে, নির্যাতন পেয়েছি, ওই রকমই হতো যদি না আপনারা সাহায্য করতেন। মাথা করতো, ঠিক খাওয়া দাওয়াও সেরকম হতো না। এইসব
তো এখন মনে হচ্ছে কি যে এখনই বিয়ে দেবো, বাচ্চা মেয়ে, খুব ইচ্ছা পড়াশুনো, এখন এই নিচে গেলাম করলাম, তখন গিয়ে এসে একটু সাহায্য পেলাম, তখন মেয়েটাকে পড়াশুনো শেখাতে পারলাম। সেই সময়
শিক্ষা না থাকলে আমি নিজের পায়ে কখনো নিজে দাঁড়াতে পারবো না বা সমাজে ঠিকঠাক মতো নিজের অধিকারটা আদায় করে নিতে পারবো না। শিক্ষাটা তাই মানুষের মধ্যে সব মানুষের মধ্যেই দরকার খুব ভালো।
People ask me how I started Yoga Gives Back. And simple answer is I love yoga practice. And I was also making a documentary about microfinancing. I thought about India, where yoga is from, where 75% of the population still live under $2 a day. So I thought if all of us are benefiting so much from the practice of yoga, if we just give this $15 or one class fee into a big pot, if everybody does that, it becomes a huge resource for microfinancing. So I started talking about this idea to my yoga teacher, yoga studios, LA yoga teachers, US yoga teachers, globally. So many people agreed and started supporting. With this kind of response, and after discussing microfinancing with Dr. Yunus,
I knew Yoga Gives Back found a way to help impoverished people to build sustainable livelihoods.
You need $1 to catch $1. Conventional banks never come to the poor people. Conventional banks go to the rich people. They give more money to make more money. The person who doesn't have $1, she doesn't get it. So we did it. And we did it in a way it can be affordable to her.
From the first time I went to India and meeting these women who are microloan recipients, I realized these women are not victims. They are the real fighters. They want to change their lives and their children's lives. And they are just determined entrepreneurs, determined mothers, determined fighters. And one of them was Jashri, who had this dream to change her life, her children's lives, especially giving them higher education with this microfinancing she's got for the first time in her life. And since then, her oldest son, with our support, is in the postgraduate school to become dental surgeon. Yoga Gives Back started with microfinancing programs, and we expanded to education programs for orphans and young girls, as well as scholarship for higher education. We have incredibly generous, compassionate community, global community. In 10 years, it's really amazing that we have more than 100 Yoga Gives Back ambassadors who are in almost 20 countries. And these are the people and communities who are raising funds and awareness every year. And today, with global yoga community support, we are funding more than 1,100 mothers and children.
There's something happening here.
Last 10 years, Yoga Gives Back has proven that together we can make a difference, but we have a long way to go. The strength of Yoga Gives Back is that yogis unite from all over the world for this one mission of giving back to Mother India. Just how we received this sustainable practice of yoga from India, we are just giving back sustainable opportunities and tools for these women and children.
Sat Siri, Siri Akal, Maha Akal, Maha Akal, Sat Nam, Akal Murit Wahe Guru, which means great truth, great undying, great deathless name of truth. I'm one with, and I'll always be in the arms of you. It's a great, it's just a great feeling of identifying with this beautiful divine energy that is eternal and is the ultimate truth and ultimate love that we come from and we return back to. So this is a powerful song and mantra for me, and I'm so happy to be sharing it with Belinda.
Guru